We back in the building with the legend, with OG Felton, man. How you doing, big homie?
Man, say, man, I can tell everybody I'm too blessed to be stressed, man. How you doing, young brother?
Man, I'm good, man. So first off, before we get into anything, man, I want to say, after our last interview, that was when I realized my mama was watching my content.
That's powerful.
Because she called me and she said, man, where does he preach at? And I'm like, I don't know, mama.
Yeah.
And she like, man, I wanna hear him preach. He got a gift.
Amen. Amen.
So
Amen.
yeah, man, shout out to my mama. And then she ended up running into you.
Yeah.
Like at the Y. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was crazy, man. I was like, that's what's up. So man, first of all, man, I'm not even gonna hold you for a long time today,
that's okay.
OG.
Take your time, man. Take your time.
Today a sad day in the city, man. Yesterday, a tragic event happened where you know one of the most recognizable faces in Fort Worth.
Yes.
Somebody who actually was like my stepbrother, lost his life along with his child. So my first question to you is, first off, what was your first initial reaction to hearing that? And do you know Chucky?
Yeah, I know him. I know him. I met him in 2012 when I came home. When I had one of the first 4 reunions when I came back home, I met him and Lil Yayo. And Lil Homie was real cool. But my reaction to that whole scene, it takes me back to the 4th of July shoot. When the 2 little girls got at the car wash. So my memory went all the way back to that, like, man, these cowards shooting these cars, not knowing that it's kids and babies in these cars. Man, I got grandkids. I got granddaughters, 4 and 5 years old. And my mom said, I ain't gonna lie to you, being from where I'm from, back in my day, we didn't tolerate that, man. I don't care who you is. You come back to the hood and you say you hit a kid or you accidentally hit a kid, you still gonna have to see us. Ain't no apologies, ain't no sorry, because you gotta be careful for what you do. My main thing is, man, kids always been off limits. You could be riding in your car and I see you, I give you the deuces. They let you know I'm giving you a pass. I see you, but I see that baby. That baby ain't got nothing to do with me and your beef. This baby is innocent, but I see you and I'm gonna give you a pass. But next time I see you and that baby not in the car, ain't gonna be no pass. We had solid foundations. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, you my best friend. You can be my brother. But in you in this street game, you say you a Crip, you a Blood, and we got boundaries, and you take out a kid, I'm sorry. In my mind back then, my mind was sick. You know what I'm saying? I had some issues going on in my life. So I was a gangster of gangsters. And that was my foundation. Do not touch no kid. Do not touch your elder. Do not touch mama and daddy. They don't have nothing to do with what we got going on. So you can't come back and say, big homie, OG Felton, man, I hit a kid. I killed the kid. Because guess what? I'm sorry, little homie. It's not going to work with me.
Wow. So that's interesting you say that, because a lot of what I've been seeing in the last 24 hours is people kind of debating. Some people saying, man, there was never no code. There was never no code in the streets. Some people are like you saying, like there was for sure a code. So this is my thing for the people who say there's not a code, because I'm out in the streets, so I can't say what's right or wrong. But what I'll say is, if there's not a code, then where do we draw the line, right? Because everybody hates pedophiles, right?
Yeah. So
if there's not a code, why do people hate pedophiles?
My facts.
There is a code.
Let me respond on that. The reason why these youngsters say there ain't no code, because they weren't there in the beginning. Some of these kids, when they're out their mama womb, we looking at 14, 15, 16 years saying no code. I'm almost 50 years old, man. I banged for 20 some years. Like I said last time, Glenn Gore started in 1988. Some of these kids weren't even mentioned. Some of these kids weren't even out the porch. They weren't even thought about.
Man, I was born 1990.
So you see where I'm coming from? So when people say ain't no code, because they weren't part of the code.
Right.
They weren't part of the original Crips and Bloods. No, they weren't part of the original foundation.
Right.
Most of these kids jumped out the porch in, I say, 2015, 2014. They don't know about no codes. They didn't get educated on codes. You know what I'm saying? They pick up what daddy left off. Uncle left out because uncle went to the penitentiary. Daddy went to the penitentiary. Uncle got killed or daddy got killed. So guess what? They want to be gangster. They never knew the code. They watched daddy move. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't watch daddy in the streets. They just watched daddy when he came home, his language, how he talk, how he act. Had the blue bandana and the red bandana. But when it came to codes, we didn't get it to our kids. Because guess what? I'm not raising my kids to be gangsters and thugs. You see what I'm saying? So of course they're not going to know the code because I'm not going to give you a code. That makes sense?
Right. No, that makes sense.
There are a lot of people, like when I went down this last time and when I came back, had my kids with banging. You think I'm finna get in my OG stripes? Nigga, Lord forgive me, you not earning those stripes. You'll never be me. You'll never be able to walk in my shoes and did what I had to do for this hood. So I can't give you no stripes. I can't never give you an OG stripes. Matter of fact, you not a hard head, you not even down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I built this.
Because you don't want that for your kids.
Come on now.
Yeah. No, that's 100% understandable even for somebody like me who not in the streets, never been. It's just like, bro, I'm not raising you to be that. So why would I instill these values in you? So another thing that I'm seeing that I'm just kind of trying to process as somebody not in the streets is a lot of people are saying, well, if you know it's cracking, if you know it's beef, why you got your baby around you anyway?
That's stupid. That's ignorant because I'm gonna ride with my kids. And not only I'm gonna ride with my kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna protect my kids at all times. If we beefing, it's like you got your kids in the car, man. I'm still not gonna touch your kids. That make you a coward. You a coward nigga to me, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how we beefing. I don't care what it is. I'm not touching no kid, period. I don't care. I will catch you later, homie. That's rules on the streets. I don't care who you is. That means you got a coward soul if you a baby. I don't care who you is or how much beef we got.
Right.
You get no stripes for that. And you in the pen. Once you get to that penitentiary, guess what? You ain't got no gun. And if you ain't got no hands, guess what? They found out you locked up for the kid. What you think they're going to do to you? Guess what? They're going to put you in closed custody. 23 hours a day for the rest of your life because you can't come in the population because somebody going to stick you and you because you a baby. Now tell me what.
Right. Yeah, that
point.
That exactly. And that kind of makes me think, so how is it no code if that's what'll happen to you you know what I mean? It's like, bro, ain't you supposed to be a father before you anything anyway? Yeah. So for them to say like, oh, why he got his kid with him? Well, because I'm a father before I'm in beef, before I'm a street, before I'm anything. I'm a father first. And so that's one thing. Now, after everything happened, everybody, you know, it was kind of an initial shock for everybody. And then, hold on, is this right? I don't care if it's right. Hold on, I'm a make. Okay, so, boom, my bad. I'm picking up where I left off. So after we all kind of got over the initial shock of everything, videos start to circulate. Before we talk about that, what do you make of people sharing videos like that online?
Take it down, man. You don't know how they affect somebody to see, even though you can't see the image, but knowing their baby sitting in that car and knowing he laying in that ground, what kind of heart people have to even do that? Once again, picture that your baby in that car.
That's what makes it so hard for me.
No way I share some footage like that, man. Matter of fact, there's twisted you laying on that ground. You see what I'm saying? You want it to be everywhere, and your family and loved ones got to see this trauma and hurt, and they got to deal with this for the rest of their life because people keep sharing it and like it's what you sharing it for? What you showing it for? And the woman asked everybody nice to take it down because it's hurting me. That means y'all have no heart for this family. Y'all only thinking about y'allself and y'all social media, who y'all want to pass it to. Take it down. Period.
Right.
Honor her wishes. That's not right, man. That's what's wrong with our black people now. That's why we can't stick together. That's why we can't come together. That's why we can't walk together. That's why we can't build nothing together. Because we want to be ignorant. We want to be slow to the process of understanding, man, we in last place. We can't even build up our own city, man. That shows you right there when the woman asks, can y'all take it down? All day long, I still see the videos everywhere. On everybody's page, everywhere. Come on, man.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine sharing something like that.
Come on.
And I mean, I might even go as far as saying, like, somebody I respect told me, well, bro, it's only because of who he is to you that you're sort of biased, so that's why you feel that way. But if it wasn't him, you might not care, or you might not feel that way. And maybe that's true, but it's really,
I don't care who it is, man.
That's
hurtful. My number one thing, that's a little kid is in that car. Y'all know that baby dead. And them image coming down Facebook, I got 5,000 Facebook friends. So say if I share this, I mean, different people seeing this over and over again. Then they start sharing it. And
that's how it spreads.
That's how it spread.
Right.
It's a baby in that car, man. I don't care. It's a baby in that car. Dead. She's 5, y'all.
Right.
She's 5. I give no respect to that. And I say it on this camera when they share it. I give no respect. They can call me and holler at me. I take out my preacher collar. Call me, holler at me. That's how serious I am. Yeah. I've been walking for this, standing up for this city for about 17 years now. When I put down my flag. And I'm going to stand for what is right. Without my flag. God ain't created me to be no cowboy. I'm going to stand up. Right is right and wrong is wrong, bro, regardless of the fact of what he done. That baby is innocent.
Nah, for real. So once those videos start surfacing, it kind of started to give people kind of an outlook on what really happened. And so at first, because mind you, there's two videos out. That first one, the last one came out kind of late last night. That kind of even gave more of an outlook, but the first one kind of made it look like whoever done this targeted him and the child. Because initially our first thought is, man, they didn't hit the car up, the baby's in there, they didn't mean to. Then, because mind you, let me say it doesn't make it any different whether they meant to or not, because I've learned that intent only don't matter to the victim. It don't matter if they tried to or not. The baby's gone, unfortunately. So you see him kind of laying maybe 10, 25 feet away from the car. So it makes you think, well, that means they had to do this and then do this, which was even more sick.
Yeah.
Then the second video comes out. And the second video kind of shows, did you see the second video?
I seen it.
Okay. So you okay? We don't got to even go through how it happened. A killing in that fashion, in broad daylight. What's like in the streets? Like, what's the reason? Like, not saying you know the reason. I'm saying like, what's going on? What's wrong with us to where that can happen? Like,
man, truthfully, man. That kind of execution in broad daylight.
Running down, literally.
It's something major had to happen in the past. That was not forgiven, was not overlooked. And it's like on sight. You know, who knows what was the reason? Drugs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be honest. We already know most rap gangs involve drugs and guns. Activities. Who bring the guns and drugs into our city? It's not us, man. It's not us. The KKK said it better on yesterday. We ain't got to kill them no more. I'm going to say it like that. We ain't got to kill them niggas no more. We'll drop the guns out. We'll drop the drugs off in their community. We'll give them to them. We'll sit back. And we know they're going to play themselves.
Yeah.
And it's reality. What's going on.
Right.
For centuries. Then when we talk about it, then when we speak up about it, everybody want to be quiet and like, oh, nah. Now it's reality, man. We taking each other out. Soon enough, not going to be another black man to stand up for our sons and daughters.
Right.
Our women, they need men. They need a strong man at home. We got more young men in the penitentiary degrade that we probably got on the streets. It's gonna be hard for a man to become a man because a man not in his life.
Yep. Yep. That's scary, man, because it's true. Like it's like, man, it's becoming more and more like just because even in a situation like this, I mean, you know, regardless of how tragic this situation is and how I feel about it, that appeared to be two gunmen. So that's at least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3. And the reason why I say at least 3 black lives lost is because I personally feel like this might go up the ladder, whether it's 1 level or 2 levels. Maybe I think more people are gonna get wrapped up in this.
Yeah.
Because this is just my assessment. This is just my assumption. And you being a guy who originated from the streets, you can tell me, hey, that's not far off, or nah, it don't work like that. But to me, those gunmen, they appeared to be really young guys. The police refused to release their names last night, and I know they typically only do that for minors. I also know it's a lot of heat on them, so they were trying to protect them as well. But really, really young guys like that. I mean, Chucky's my age. We 34. Guys like that. Somebody had you do that. Yeah, that's what I believe.
That's facts.
So, if that's the case, then I can only imagine that whoever sent that is gonna get wrapped up in it too. That's why I say at least 3.
Yeah, and that's reality. And most of you kids doing it for no money. Back in our day, we had a solid foundation, man.
Yeah.
I mean, a solid foundation. I gotta keep on saying it because we had a solid foundation. It's no lie. These kids doing it for drugs.
Right.
If you can, even though I watched part of the video and I had to stop, you could see how scared they was when they was shooting. You see how confused they was. These were babies, man. I don't know what they were doing. They probably did hits before. But these is realized babies. Probably 14 or 15 to the most, I can tell. Because they were running around, they were scared. You see what I'm saying? Realized babies, man. So we got baby on our street. And all sides, we got real baby. It's not us doing it no more. It's not the older generation. It's our babies that we see on these videos with these guns and big guns. It's reality in these rap videos. Posted all of them on social media, Instagram. You see them. This is reality. Everybody need to open their eyes up. These are babies with these guns telling you, I'm on demon time and I will smoke you. I'm going to get you. Now, how can we slow down that population, man?
Right, and that's honestly, that was gonna be my next question to you is like somebody who can relate to that mindset, even though it was different when you was out there. There was structure, there was code, there was ethics. How do we slow that down? Like, how do we stop the cycle? Because that's what I've been trying to do behind the scenes. Like,
bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna get a martial law. If they gotta have the army to come up in here, I said this before on Facebook. If they gotta have the army to come in here and shut this city down, and they go kicking in doors and doors, and to these hotels and anywhere, that's the only way, bro. Because guess what? They don't listen to the OGs no more. They own OGs, but they call themselves 18 and 17 saying they OGs. And they got you 13 or 14 doing hits. So big homies like us, I'm working on different levels of the kids. In middle school, I'm working on the elementary school so they won't be that level. But the ones already out there, they look at us like, what?
Man, you old nigga. Right.
So you want me to be honest? It's going to take a martial law. It's going to take a martial law to shut down these cities and everything else. And people don't want that because it's going to be the worst time in our neighborhood that we ever seen before. But it's going to happen because the community can't take it. The police department aren't going to do their part. Mama and daddy is already scared. There's no daddy in the home, so mama terrified that her 13-year-old got a big switch. And mama don't know what to do because it's her baby. She don't want to snitch. She's not going to turn him in. She know her baby a killer.
Right.
So I don't think she can sit down and get on her knees and pray and say, God, watch over my baby. Woo.
Yeah. Man. That's insane, man. That's insane. So I kind of imagine like, you know, you don't necessarily have to speak as if you've been on this side of it. But you can maybe you at least know somebody who have, and you might know what it's like, man. What's it like for them guys, man, who did that? What's the last 24 hours been like for them?
They young, and I guarantee they high. They mind running wild. They realize they kid. They got their target, but they realize they the kid too, cause they kids. So they emotion letter, they adrenaline rush, and everything else going crazy. The devil is messing with their mind and head. They not understanding. Man, we get caught. We got a capital murder. That's the needle. That's the needle. So they gonna spend the rest of their life in prison. And if the judge say so, that's the needle. This was premeditated. That mean you know what you was doing.
Right, and a kid.
And a kid.
I thought the feds was gonna come because when a kid, I'm just like, oh man, the feds come.
It's a capital murder case. They mean that's the needle.
Right.
That's the needle.
Right, because we don't do the chair here in Texas no more, huh?
That's the needle.
Right. Lethal injection.
Yeah.
So pretty much they minds are probably all over the place.
Oh, they going crazy, man.
Yeah.
Cause they ain't seen news, they ain't heard, they going crazy. And they don't know their next move because they ain't got the money to escape.
Right.
Where they gonna run to?
Right. That's been what I've been thinking about. Like, how well can they hide?
They can't.
Because I'm sure, you know, and I don't know how this works, but I'm sure I know they got Texas Rangers, they got all these different PDs on it, the county sheriff, they're hitting any address that you could possibly be at.
Yeah.
So where can you hide? Because I'm almost positive that those are minors.
Oh yeah.
One dude don't look like he's no more than 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And it's not like a short adult. This is a kid who might grow up to be 6 foot.
That's it.
That's how young he is.
Yeah.
One of them looked to me. So pretty much for them, like you say, is they probably just going through it mentally. Okay, let's say maybe you've been in this spot, maybe you haven't. What if they come back? What if hypothetically they like, man, OG or big homie or whatever, like, man, what do I do? What would you tell them if they were listening to you?
If they were listening to me, they won't be able to listen to me.
Right. Okay.
Because my mind frame baked in there. Nah, you can't come in my presence, man. You just the baby. Right. I mean what I say. I don't care how old you is. Back then, like I said, I was true to the streets, man. I was true to the G code. Like I said, I got caught up in a lot of things. I never opened my mouth and spoke on nobody. I got caught up in many situations where I could have lost my life. I could have took lives. Man, I was about that life. You can't tell me nothing. I don't have no advice for you at all. And you probably got 5 seconds to get out of my face because
it's that.
It's that. Yeah. Because I'm in no end. I'm going to punch you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to punch you one time. I'm going to continue to punch you.
Right. Until they pull me up off you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they not, because they going to start punching you.
Right.
They not going to pull me off.
Right.
Because I'm the big homie. I got a reason to punch you. And they going to punch you. They going to X you out.
So that's really like that's an Xable offense.
Oh man, that's one of the major violations in our G code. Man, you X. You better not go around talking about you a Crip or Blood or anything. You X.
Yeah, you might as well.
You might have gone and pack your bags and tell your mom to move out of town. You X.
Right. Might as well go to.
Ain't no forgiveness. Ain't no such thing as a second chance.
Yeah. So, right now, as far as, and I'm just trying to understand from all angles and trying to get the viewer to understand from all angles. If you are, let's say that happened to one of your members.
Yeah.
What's the last 24 hours been like for you?
Oh man, it happened. Late 90s, my brother, C-Man, Lil Ricky, another dude from Dallas, my cousin Dane got shot. I was on the phone with my brother when he got murdered. I don't want to get emotional. And my mama, she like, I go to the store, buy you a couple of birds, you don't leave the house. She just had this itchy feeling like, Mama, I know I gotta be out there with my bro, cause we do everything together, man, everything. And she said, no, you staying home. So he like, man, tell Mama stop tripping, come on. I'm like, she ain't gonna let me go. So next thing I know, I heard some gunshots, the phone drop. And I'm screaming to Mom like, Mama, something happened, I gotta go. She say, Mom, baby, you not leaving. She let me leave, so the next morning I went to the crime scene. Found out he got murdered because a couple of the homies called a female out of her name. And the dudes came back with an AK-47, murdering him, murdered my other little homeboy, murdered another dude from Dallas, shot my cousin. It tore me up, bro. It tore me completely up. And what's so bad about it, that's when the South Side man started deporting. Like I told you, you had Hooverland and you had Agland. So Hooverland dudes that did this. So you can picture the emotional level of the Agland side. It was no remarks, man. We were beefing on sight. Hood fight.
Wait.
Yes.
Agland and Hooverland was into it like that to where it was blood spilled.
Yes.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying, man. People don't know what we went through back in the 90s, man. How much blood we had, even between Crips. Crip sets, Southside right here, Southside right here. We beefing strong, bro. On sight. On sight.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So the question I have, because it's one thing that I've been trying to tell some of the guys that's my age that are like I've been trying to figure out how to tell them not to retaliate. Not for this, just period. I've been trying to figure out, how do you tell somebody not to retaliate? And so putting you back in that state where you lost your brother, how do you tell OG Felton at that time, hey bro, don't retaliate. It's just a cycle that's gonna get worse.
It's hard, man. Especially when you see your folks get like they get. And the trauma part about it. Because see, everybody that was a gang member back then, even now, deal with trauma. So when you dealing with this kind of trauma in your life, your mind is thrown off, especially if you're on drugs or alcohol, so it's gonna be hard. Because that whole rest of that week, I drunk myself like I was dying, bro. I was drinking heavy. Evil thoughts coming to my mind. You know what I'm saying? I got my pistol riding with me everywhere. I'm just rolling through the hood, ready to get anybody on camera. I was, my mind was so like that. I was dealing with real live demons. Real live demons. Bottle of Cisco right here, bottle of gin right here. And when you intoxicated on a heavy drug, it'll be hard for me to say, little homie, don't do it. At that time, your mind like, you heard, but I ain't listening to you, man.
Right.
This is my day one. This is my everything.
Right.
It's hard, man. I'm not for sitting this camera live. That's hard.
Right.
That's a hard situation to bite. Now, at the same time, if it ain't no killing, we had gang fights. You know what I'm saying? Back in that day, we put you in that circle. We had gang fights. At the mall, we gonna fight. We had meetup locations. Your OG showing up, his OG showing up, whoever beefing, we gonna be in that circle.
Right.
Ain't nobody jumping in, and we gonna let them fight. And after they get fight, they hit G's and C's or G's and B's. Y'all get back up. You lost that fight. You calm down. Let's go. That's how we took care of more of our situations. If we gotta go to the 6, the OG's going. And the OG's meeting up, ain't nobody. And them two that's individuals into it, they gonna fight it out. Ain't no.
Wow.
We had a real foundation.
Right.
Then the OGs from both sides, we locked hands, gave each other hugs. It's a done deal. We asking the G's, a done deal. They ask us a done deal. Once we say yeah and lock hands, that mean we cover in blood. It's done.
It's over with.
It's over with.
Yeah, that's crazy. So once again, you don't gotta speak on this if you've personally been through it, but maybe you've heard about somebody who's personally been through it. If for some reason you do get that retaliation, do it really make you feel better? From what you've heard?
Not really, because
Right.
you're gonna be dealing with them nightmares and demons.
Okay.
You're gonna be dealing with it because you just realize you took a life, and now your life can be taken, or you can spend the rest of your life in prison.
Right.
So you really gotta, like, at that time, even though I drove around, about another 2 or 3 weeks, I calmed down, and like, you know what? I still gotta like to live for. I can't bring my brother back. I can't bring my little homeboy back. They gone. You see what I'm saying? Then not only that, I don't want to cause that war, bigger war in my hood, because we just like this. This part of Southside, this part of Southside. Anyone's gonna get hit any given time. You see what I'm saying? So what causes bigger war? Now, what we do, let the laws do their part. Hopefully they do their part, because we know we see them first. We're gonna do our part. You know what I'm saying? But we can't take it down the whole hood either, because they didn't do this. So we had to have that same mindset, even though it was hard. I mean, I'm not gonna go down there and shoot up the whole block, man, because of what they done.
Because of what 1 or 2 people did.
Yeah.
Right. So wow. So you actually did swallow your pride and do that to pretty much save the South Side.
Yeah.
And that's probably why somebody like me, who was born in 1990, who didn't know nothing about none of this until maybe 2005, that, you know, the South Side, Agland, and Hooverland was 2 different places, but it was still all one hood.
Yes.
Because of a decision you made. Okay.
Yes, because, you know, many times, man, Agland and Hooverland was like, it was terrible, man. The Bloods even had to come over here and do nothing. They didn't have to ride, because we were riding against each other. It didn't make no sense. They didn't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just sit back and like, man, this is crazy, man. Why is we really beefing? We didn't grew up together, went to school together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Over certain situations, man, why is we really beefing, man?
Right.
And it didn't make no sense when we all in this one big old territory. You got the top and you got the bottom. You see what I'm saying? The bottom is Hooverland, the top is Agland. But before it was Agland, before it was Hooverland, it was just Southside, man. We all went to Morningside. We kicked it. We chilled. One big old hood. But man, things better now. But like I say, it's the younger generation, bro. It's not us, man.
Yeah, it's
not the older cats.
So I seen somebody. Well, that's what made me say I gotta holler at OG Felton today. I seen somebody say, man, OG, we need one of your prayers today. Yeah. Like the city need. So like, what would you say to the whole city of Fort Worth right now? I mean, we got people at work who can't focus. This hurt a lot of people, man. It did.
Remember, but I gotta say to my people, like I did for my cousin and all the rest is, baby, when I had to light up the city. This is not of God. This is straight from the devil. If anybody know even a little bit about the word of God, the Bible said the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. This is the work of the enemy, that he's trying to destroy lives in all our communities, in our homes. We got to wake up in our homes and grab our babies that's still there and love them. And pray for the ones that's not there. We got to speak life into them and stop playing with ourselves as well. We got to take responsibility as parents, as leaders in our home, and start being friends with our kids. You can't be friends with your kids if you're trying to raise them, because then they'll turn on you. So majority of what we see in our community, we being too much friends, smoking with our kids, drinking with our kids, partying with our kids, then we expect our kids to respect us. How can they respect us when you gave me the blunt? You gave me the alcohol. You tell me to get out there and go hustle and make that money and bring it back. Nah, man, we got to wake up. The 90s is dead. Half our kids in the cemetery. Half our kids don't even know how to read. Half our kids don't even have an education. Only thing they're gonna know is the streets and owning the streets. So until we make that change within ourselves and look at ourselves and not only our babies, the change starts with us. And once the change starts with us, then we can build up our community and help our babies.
Man, OG Felton, thank you for your time, man.
Yeah.
I know you got to get running, but we gonna definitely do this again, big homie.
Man, appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Yes, sir.
Amen.